Water has always been one of the world's most valuable resources. In fact, civilization has risen because of rivers. Countries have prospered because of water, and history has shown that when water becomes a political issue, the consequences can last for decades. Ladies and gentlemen, today one such issue has once again returned to the headlines here, and we are talking about the Indus Waters Treaty. Well, for more than 6 decades now, this particular agreement has governed how the waters of Indus River system are shared between India and Pakistan. It has survived wars, military standoffs, and years of political tension. And that is why it has often been described as one of the world's most durable international water sharing agreements. But now, that particular treaty is once again at the center of a major political confrontation. Here, India's decision to suspend the treaty, it has triggered strong reaction from Pakistan. Political leaders there, they have warned that any disruption to water flows, it could have serious consequences for millions of people, particularly farmers who depend on the Indus River system for agriculture. In response, India has maintained that national security concern and cross-border terrorism, it cannot be separated from broader bilateral relationship. This shows that the issue that's no longer about rivers. It's about diplomacy. It's about security, it is about trust, and it is about the future of India-Pakistan relationship. Experts say that the treaty was signed during a very different geopolitical era when both the nations believed that cooperation over water should continue despite the political disagreement. For decades, that understanding helped prevent water from becoming another major point of conflict. But the regional security environment has changed significantly. Pakistan is still sending terrorists. Repeated terror attacks, military confrontation, diplomatic tension, and growing mistrust have made every bilateral agreement more difficult to manage for Pakistan. In the meantime, India has reportedly stated that meaningful dialogue can only move forward when this cross-border terrorism is addressed seriously. Pakistani leaders, in the meantime, they continue expressing concern about water security and long-term impact on their economy and agriculture. Well, for millions of ordinary people living on both the ends of the border, the whole issue is not just really simple. Farmers worry about irrigation, families worry about livelihoods, communities worry about stability because when governments disagree, it is often the ordinary citizens who feel the impact first. Strategic experts, they believe that this issue will remain one of the most closely watched developments in South Asia. Every diplomatic statement, in fact, every policy announcement and every round of discussion will be carefully analyzed by governments around the globe. Well, the coming months could therefore become extremely important for the future of Pakistan. Now, whether both the nations eventually return to dialogue or whether tension continue, that only time will tell. But one thing is clear, the Indus Waters Treaty, it is no longer just a water sharing agreement. It has become a symbol of larger relationship between the two nuclear-armed neighbors. Now, whatever happens next, it will influence not only India or Pakistan but also wider South Asian region. The decision taken by New Delhi will be closely watched by international community because stability between two nations is important for regional peace. Well, as always, both the nations have their own positions, their own concerns, and their own priorities. The real challenge, it will be whether diplomacy can once again find common ground or not. Because history has repeatedly shown that disagreement may begin over borders, over security or waters, but lasting peace is achieved only through dialogue, trust, and sustained engagement.